Hello everybody, welcome to my little corner of the world. Today I am playing around with a couple of things. One, cut files, and secondly some flocking. So the first thing I'm going to do is prepare my background paper, and I'm going to use my glossy accents. Any wet glue with a fine tip applicator will work for this. I'm drawing out, which I know you can't see, but I'm drawing out some flowers, and it's really important that you do this bit with wet glue as quickly as you can, or have a slower drying glue. The runnier the glue, the more it's going to spread, so having a thicker glue makes far more sense and will make this easier for you. I'm then going to add my flocking, move it around a bit, just shake it about. Don't dust it off at this point. Leave it to dry, leave it overnight so that the glue is 100% dry. Then you can knock the flocking off and you've got a lovely background. Now, as I said before, I'm going to work with some cut files. I don't own a digital die cutter, so I've had some sent to me. These are pre-cut, and I like using these as just embellishments rather than as full sheets at the moment. So I'm going to back them with different patterned papers and cut those out. And you'll see what I'm going to do with them in a bit, but it's the prep work for it. So what I've done, I've given myself a rough guide to cut round, just sticking them down lightly and then giving them a rough cut. Then I'm going to go in with my finer tip scissors and really start to cut them out. Other people will have different ways of doing this. This is just how I've done it. Like I say, it's my first time ever working with cut files, so we'll see how we get on. Now, once I've got these all cut out, we're going to move on to actually assembling a layout. I've got a couple of photos in mind. No surprises, they are cat photos for this one. And I've also, like I said, prepared my backing paper, which has that flock on it. You will find with any sort of flock, if you rub it too much, it will start to come off. So just be careful how much you're rubbing away at that flock. If you can, just work in one place on the just work carefully on the paper is what I mean to say. Now, we've got those flowers all cut out now. We're going to add our photo, and now I'm going to sprinkle the flowers around because, you know, the flowers work really well with the design I've put on the background for the flocking. I'm going to use a few Project Life cards just to see how they'll work. I'm going to do a bit of trial and error with matting the photo. I don't know, it's one of those things of, do I want to mat it, don't I want to mat it, do I want to have it with something sensible or less sensible? I don't know, but I'm playing around with those photos, the bits of paper and the flowers, just till I get something that I'm happy with. Once I'm happy with it, then I'll get things stuck down. Now, what I like to do with my Project Life cards is cut them in half. That way it looks like there is more paper there than there actually is. And also, you know, it just makes that card go a little bit further. I've cut the papers into sections so that, again, they look as though they're going further, even though technically they're not. I'm still playing around a bit, but I'm starting to settle on some ideas. I'm using a couple of these bits of paper each time. So when I get one in place, I get another one in place. And finally, I was happy with it. So I started to stick the flowers down. Now, the flowers are just randomly sprinkled around. I've got a lot of white space around the cat in the photo, so I can overlap the photo as much or as little as I want with this. Really, really handy. And I'm going to add a couple, is it one or two? I can't remember. I've added at least one of the flowers on pop dots, just to give a bit of extra dimension to the page, because it's already well layered, but pop dots just allow a little bit more dimension than you would have otherwise had. Helps keep things flowing and a bit of movement to the page. You can see the flocking here now. I know it's not ridiculously clear, but you can see it. You can see the shapes are matching in nicely with the flowers, with those line drawings, and the colour, the teal colour, works well with the overall pattern. You do need to think about the colour flocking you use if you do this, just because you don't want one that's not going to work for you. Now, as true to form, I'm now going to start adding a few stickers and embellishments. So I'm humming and hawing away and trying to figure out what I want to use. You know, there's any number of things. I've got stickers, I've got washi tape, But I also have these little number stickers in grey, and I'm just going to use all I think I've got 12 of them. I'm just going to use all of them, all on the page, just tucked in little areas. It just adds a bit of interest, adds something different, draws the eye in. I also have an offcut from a Prima swirl, the Say It With Crystals ones that are forever old. I'm going to add that because I think it'll work really nicely. I think it works brilliantly with the flowers and the wood grain. I've chosen to pop it up the top. I've added a little bit of bunting, and because she's a black cat, a Lucky Charm tag. Why not? Oh, I just do my usual. I run through stickers, embellishments, see what I think is going to work, and play around with it from there. Sometimes it works brilliantly, sometimes I wind up lifting the sticker off and just going bleh. So we'll add a little bit of washi tape, and as you can see, I'm having a lot of fun adding these little bits of washi tape because they're so dinky, because that's what I've got left. I'm just tucking them into different areas, and then I can actually clear off a bit of space. I've got enamel dots because enamel dots at the moment for me are a must. Get some of those on and decide where that Lucky Charm's going and actually get it stuck down. So now I was given those Remarks letter stickers in a swap. I love these stickers because they're such a big bold font. So it makes it great for this particular title, and because they're jet black, obviously working nicely with a black cat. So I'm going to put the first part of the title at the top left of the photo and the other at the bottom left of the photo. So really, really simple. Nothing difficult. The hardest bit is waiting for the flocking to dry. Everything else is just playing with paper. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment if there's anything you want to see or any questions you have. And hopefully I will see you soon. Bye.